Hello, hello, welcome back, Shardinians. I am all things sugar and shade Sade. Hey, and this is where I talk about the best bits of Love Island USA season 7. And today I'm talking about episode 32 and a little bit of 31 because I did miss that because I was a little bit busy. You know how it is. Okay, guys, make sure that you like this video. You might as well do it now. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed and share this with like-minded people and leave me a comment. I want to know what you think about the episode. Okay, let's get into it. As Love Island USA is ending this week, all the episodes seem to be a little bit up so far. So we start the episode with Amaya and Bryan in the Hideaway, and they had a good time. They had a freaking good time. Amaya was chatting a lot though, but I feel like Bryan is okay. He handles it. They had some whipped cream with them as well. Like she was on top of them. They went in the jacuzzi. They had a great time. Very cute, but also I think it was getting very X-rated very quickly. We see Taylor and Clarke. They were chatting. They were talking about wedding plans, which I thought like, whoa, this is very, very soon. This is a lot, but okay. Taylor was talking about when he gets married, he wants everybody to have a cowboy hat and to have their initials on it as well. So it's like a real personalized gift. Clarke said that she wants a huge wedding. She wants extravagance and in a light pink color or something because that's the color that she liked. And while they're kissing, I believe Taylor mentioned that he wanted to be closed off. And you can hear Clarke saying, "What, so soon?" And yeah, so soon, Taylor. Huda and Chris, however, are not really getting on that well. You can tell something's up with Chris, and Huda is trying to find out what's going on, and he doesn't really tell her because he's kind of upset with her at the moment. So he's just like, "No, I still like you. I still like you. Nothing's changed." And she's just like, let me throw up or something. And he said, "Oh, I'll eat it," which is just gross, but okay, maybe in their world it's cute, but she doesn't really like that comment. And I think they kind of go back and forth, and you know, she says something to him and he says like, "Don't tell me what to say," and she's just like, "I just did." So yeah, I don't know what the resolve was going to be at there. And then Chris does actually say later to the boys what he was actually annoyed about was that the day before when he went to kiss her, was it the same day? I can't remember. He wanted to kiss her after the baby challenge and he was looking around like is anyone watching? And I think she's got PTSD because people are so judgy towards her beforehand. So now she's kind of taking it to the absolute extreme that she doesn't want to do all that. I think she's kind of misconstruing it a little bit. I think that people are definitely judgy about her relationship, but it wasn't about, oh, you can't show affection. It was more, you and Jeremiah are pretty toxic. So can you tone it down in general? In the morning, we see Amaya and Bryan in the Hideaway, and Amaya's just like, you know what? Like, you're not just my romantic interest, you're like my best friend. And Bryan, you know, he's not pushing back. He's just like, yeah, it's like we're two people that are misunderstood, understanding each other, which is kind of cute. They seem to be getting on well. I don't know, like, is he just hyping it up because they've got less than a week to the end? Probably a little bit. But am I mad at it? Not completely. No, I feel like Amaya will get over it if it doesn't last. I think she'll be fine. So anyway, they come out and obviously the Bryan goes to talk to the boys and Amaya goes to talk to the girls. With Bryan talking to the boys, he's just like, oh, it was so good that he would do it 1,000 times over. He said that it felt like he lost his virginity again and that the journey was beautiful. Okay, Bryan. Okay. With the girls, it was like Amaya was saying similar. She was just like that they journeyed twice and that he ate the kitty cat. Which is a number one thing that they wanted to happen when they were going into the Hideaway, which is kind of hilarious, to be honest. Okay, so then they had a text and it was literally like a boys' day out. So all the boys got to leave the villa and they went to go and play basketball. So they split the teams and it was Taylor, Nick, and Chris versus Ace, Pepe, and Bryan. And you can blatantly see Ace cannot be more than like 5'7", 5'8". Like, honestly, he's so much smaller than all the other boys. And they were playing it as well because I think at one point the boys were lifting him up so he could do a slam dunk or something. But yeah, it was Taylor, Chris, and Nick that won the game. But they just had like this nice kind of bonding moment. Someone in the live that I was watching said that Ace looked like a real life Labubu. Out of order, really out of order. After the game, the guys, they talk about their relationships. Pepe saying things with Iris are going really, really great. He's really surprised, but it's lovely for him. Nick was talking about Nicolandria, and he was talking about his journey in general, like it's, you know, been a roller coaster. He said the physical and emotional connections are growing, and he says all he wants to do is just take care of her in these moments. And then Taylor pipes up, and I was just like, shut up. I was so annoyed when he started talking. He was just like, yeah, you know, she appreciates the little things. Just like, whatever. And Nick was just like, yeah, I know, like crispy edges on the pancakes and all that kind of stuff because he'd be making her breakfast. So yeah, they had like a nice little bonding moment. Back in the villa, the girls were playing Would You Rather game, and they also talked about their relationships for a bit. Nicolandria was saying that in the beginning she really felt guilty like being coupled with Nick, but like she's getting to like it more and more each day. I think she even said I love it as well. Huda was talking about Chris, and she was saying we communicate so well. I was thinking, really? Do you? I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know about you. And she says that she doesn't feel judged. And she says that with Chris, it's easy. In her confessional, she does say, like, look, he's perfect, you know? And I keep thinking, like, I don't want to fuck this up. So that's what she was thinking anyway. Then back to the boys, Chris was talking about Huda and talking about the issues that he had and just saying that, you know, she can be a bit like dominant, a little bit dismissive and everything like that, and he's not really keen on that. I think what he was getting at was that normally he's an avoidant, but he knows that in order for things to change, he cannot be like that. So he's going to chat to her, and the boys encourage him too. And then Taylor was talking about Clarke. Taylor said that he wants to be around her all the time, that he loves waking up next to her, and then he enlists the boys to help him with asking Clarke to become official or become closed off. And because she's a cheerleader, he wants to do some sort of cheer with the boys, which is actually kind of cute, to be honest. You could see Ace smiling, and I was thinking, did he want this moment to be about him? I don't know. It just seemed really, really odd. And again, in the live I was watching was so funny. Someone was saying in the live, you can close things off at the airport. I was just like, hilarious. So anyway, the boys come back to the villa, and when they come back, they're just pretending that they're hurt and stuff and need assistance. It was actually quite funny. Then they invent this story that, you know, Ace was dunking on everybody and throwing elbows and all sorts. It was actually quite silly of them. Then it's evening, obviously everyone gets ready. And, you know, they do the cheers every night, and Taylor was doing it, and he was going, you know, saying some nice things, and he goes, oh, one more thing. And then they kind of went into the cheer, and each of the boys like spelled out Clarke's name. Clarke was laughing. She was really giggly and stuff. And he was just like, stop laughing, stop laughing. And then he literally asked her, what did he say? He said, oh yeah, from the moment I met you, I wanted to ask you, like, Clarke, will you be exclusive with me? Which is very, very sweet. It was actually really, really cute moment, but I can't lie, I was thinking, but now pack your bags, like, let's be going. So we had Chris talk to Huda about how he's actually really feeling. And in the beginning, you can see Huda trying to listen to him. Now, Huda is saying that she's not ready to be kissing Chris in front of everybody. She doesn't want to do that right now. She likes the pace that they're going. And he's just like, but we're doing things in the bedroom. And Huda's like, look, I don't like PDA. I don't like any of that. And she sees like kissing in public or in front of the islanders as PDA. And I'm just like, what? Like, what are you? But okay. It seemed a bit confusing to me anyway. He then is trying to explain further, and she literally keeps on interrupting him like every second. Like, Even when he's like, can you stop interrupting me? He starts talking, then she starts talking again. And it just keeps on happening over and over again. He's just getting very annoyed. He's like, let me finish my sentence. And she's just like, yeah, but I'm very touchy-feely. Like, bro, let him speak. Let him freaking speak. And then he's just like, look, if we can't kiss outside, what is the point of having in the bedroom? Like, what is even going on? And it's a fair question. Huda's just like, what? Okay. And then gets up and walks away. Classic Huda. In her confessional, she does say that she really, really doesn't want to mess things up. And then she doesn't want to do things she was doing in her previous connection. And I'm just like, well, you are. You are doing the things that you was doing in your previous connection. You're not shouting. You're not calling him out of his name, but you are being like moody. You are being, you know, a little bit unreasonable. You are being self-centered. You are interrupting. You are doing a number of things. Like, and that's just your behavior. You are moving fast with the physical aspect of your relationship also. So kissing outside is not lesser than friggin' full-blown sex in the bedroom. Like, it just isn't. Anyway, Chris is chatting to Bryan. He's just like, look, I don't even know how much more I can take of this. He seems to be a bit end of his tether at the moment because he's like, I don't know what else I can do. The whole time dealing with Huda, he's trying to be calm, patient, understanding, and it's not fully changing her behavior because ultimately he can't change her. She has to change herself, and you don't change overnight. Anyway, Chris talks to Amaya real quick, and he says, like, I think the problem is that Huda is embarrassed, like, you know, and she's just like, oh, I don't really think it's that, but, you know, I think you guys are going to be good. I'll go talk to her. So Amaya goes to talk to Huda. She knows that when Huda is in an emotional state, that she's not hearing anything, you know, nothing's really going through. So Amaya chats to her and lets Huda know that, you know, Chris is confused and feels like that Huda might be embarrassed by him or what's going on in their situation. And she's like, no, it's not that. Huda says it's just private. And Amaya, you know, she's just like, is it because of the other islanders? And I'm just like, yes, it is. And Huda still's like, no. She says she does feel like she's letting him down. Amaya then says, like, look, don't be so harsh on yourself, you know? And they hug it out. I think, unfortunately, Ace done a real number on her. Like, I really do. Like, she's taken what Ace and his position on her relationship with Jeremiah really, really, really to heart. She's just trying to do everything in private, and it's affecting, you know, her relationship with Chris. So she needs to step out of it. She needs to communicate. She needs to listen to Chris and what he's saying as well, and absorb what he's saying, and then come back with a response instead of like just getting up and walking away. Then there is a text, and we're having a recoupling. So America has been voting for their favorite couple, and we get to see the results. Somebody is going home, or a couple is going home. So they all go around the fire pit and they have to stand up, and then via the texts in no particular order, all of the couples that are safe get to sit down. So the first couple that get to sit down are Chelley and Ace. They go up first. Then it's Amaya and Bryan. I was worried a little bit. What do you mean Amaya and Bryan not first? Like, what's going on? Then it was Iris and Pepe, and I was confused. Who is voting for Iris and Pepe? And you need to stop immediately. Like, what the hell is going on? Confusion. Then we went to Huda and Chris. They get to sit down. So then the two couples left are Taylor and Clarke and Nicolandria. And I was thinking, how could this even be? Like, what is going on? I see with my own two eyes the fan base of Nicolandria. To have them, the producers are playing with us. They're absolutely playing with us. Anyway, they go to a quick ad break, as they do, leaving us on a cliffhanger. We come back, and then the text is read out, and Nicolandria are safe. Come on. So happy about that. I was more happier than I realized. I was very happy. And Clarke and Taylor have to go home. So everybody is sad because in the villa, Taylor's quite popular. He has a moment with Nick and Ace. They talk about them being brothers and family and friends for life. I don't know if they're filling time or whatever, but it was far too long. I was really over it, like in a couple of seconds. Do you know what I mean? But they were drawing the protests out. And as they're going, now, I don't know if they turned up Nicolandria's mic, but you do hear her clearly saying, "See ya." That was funny. So, yes. Clarke and Taylor have left the villa. The couples that are left are Amaya and Bryan, Chelley and Ace, Huda and Chris, Iris and Pepe, and Nicolandria and Nick. Iris and Pepe need to go for next because the votes were open as well. Like America again has to vote for their favorite. So let's see if someone goes the next episode, and then we'll have our finalists. Oh, it's only a couple more days now. It's only a couple more days. So guys, that was the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you got all the way to the end, you know I love you the most. Please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, share this with like-minded people, and leave a comment. I will be definitely still be going live all this week, probably around about 10:30 p.m. because the UK show's been finished a little bit later this week. I'm not even too sure why, but it has. But yeah, if you're subscribed, then you'll see my notifications and hit that bell. You know how it is. Okay, see you on the next one. Bye.